Assalamu alaikum. Hi, how are you, my sisters? I hope you're too well. And I pray for the people who are not so well. Sometimes, the season is changing. So some people are not so well. Today, I'm going to give a recipe for children, like some girls who are about 12 years old, 13 years old. And sometimes mother, they don't have time to do something like this. This is such a simple recipe that I have to tell you that the girls can make it at home. So now I'm going to quickly tell you the ingredients of this recipe. These are the biscuits I've made, and you can note down the ingredients. First of all, you have to have 1 cup of flour, half a cup of grinded sugar, and then you have 2.5 tablespoons of ghee. You can even use butter as well, but most of the people don't have butter, so it's best if the children, they use ghee, right? And then you have to have a yellow color, half a pinch of yellow color. And then you have to have a baking powder, half a teaspoon, and then you have to use half an egg. And then you have to use 5 or 4 drops of vanilla essence. And now I'm going to tell you the ingredients, how you can mix all this. First of all, you have to whisk the egg. And you're going to use just half, a small egg, not a very large egg. Sometimes you have a very large egg, not that one. A small egg, you have to whisk it first, and then you have to use half of it. And you put the ghee and sugar inside a bowl, not a small bowl, a large bowl. Inside there you have to mix it for about 5 or 6 minutes. Just keep mixing it, and then you put 2 pinches of salt inside there, and then you have to put the 1 pinch of yellow color or orange color and mix it again and again and again. You mixed it and you put it on the side, and then you have to have your flour, and then you have to have the vanilla drops, 4 or 5. You put it inside and mix everything. And that half an egg, you have to put it inside the sugar and the color and the ghee. First mix it. Put half an egg, not more than half an egg. And then after all, inside the bowl, you add the flour and the baking powder. Like I told you, baking powder is going to be half a teaspoon. You put it inside and you mix it. You keep mixing it. And when it's going to become a bowl, a round bowl, like an apple, and then you cover it for about 5 minutes, right? If it's quite thick, you think it's thick and it keeps breaking, then you can put about half a teaspoon of milk inside. It doesn't have to be cold. Normal temperature milk, you have to put it inside, and it's going to be nice mixture for making your biscuits, right? And then you take a place where you can, roll your mixture, roll it, and you can even make it into small biscuits. I make this into a medium side of these biscuits. Can you see? And you can make your own design. Here you can see this design. You can make it into a thick biscuits, but I didn't make it into thick biscuits. I made it into thin ones. The thing is that they get cooked so quick. Right? And what I did, I used this plate. Can you see this plate on the wall? I put this on the wall so that you can see it. On this, I didn't have I put this paper on side. I just put grease. I greased this plate all over the side. I greased it, and I put the biscuits inside so that I can bake them. I bake them on the cooker. I put them on the iron a thing where you make the chapatis, right? On top of that, and then I covered it on the top with a big saucepan. I covered it on the top, right? And it just took about 4 or 5 minutes for them to get cooked because they're very, very thick. They're small, right? That's why you have to make sure that they don't get burnt. If they don't get burnt, you're so good. And I want my sisters to just teach your daughters who are about 12 years old or 13 years old, maybe if they have a holiday, like on a Sunday or some other holiday, you know, now most of the schools are closed during all the that's happening inside all the cities, right? So most of the kids, they don't go to school, colleges, even university, everything is closed. So, you know, you can teach the kids once. Your daughters, teach them, and that, you know, many times you don't have time to do this. You have other times to do your homework inside your house, and you have to look after the people that have come to visit you, your relatives, right? So you just teach the girls. So they're going to make this biscuit themselves. And can you see what's in this in the middle? These are the sultanas. I put about 7, 8, 10 sultanas inside. Can you see? Inside there. Inside here, you can even put so small almonds. You can see it's inside the biscuits. The sultanas inside there, you can even see it. And if you want to put the almonds, you have to cut them so slim. You have to cut them so slim and small. If you cut them big, and you won't be able to cut your biscuits. I mean, the children won't be able to cut these biscuits. You could give them anything to make the designs. Designs inside the biscuits, right? I'm going to show you what I used. You know, to cut the biscuits, I use this to cut the biscuits, right? And to make the design, I use this. Can you see? You can do anything. Anything. You can even use a spoon. You can even use a fork on top of that to make a design, right? So it's going to be, they're so tasty. I tasted one, and can you see from 1 cup, I made 15 biscuits. They're so nice, and they're so crispy. And if you want them to be crispy, you have to put them inside the inside some jar where there's going to be no air inside, and they're going to be crispy for about a week or 2, right? So I'm going to show you another thing, that this is an apple that you can put the money inside. Can you see? But I want my viewers, a child or an elder person, anybody, tell me, can you buy this inside your city? Well, I'm going to tell you, I bought this about 4 or 5, and I gave them to the children. And I had 2 inside my house. And you know, the girl, she was like about 2 years old. She touched her hand and it broke. So this is the only one I have. You know, from the place where I bought about 4 and 5 to give to the children, they don't have it there in that city, right? And now inside Lahore, you can't even buy inside this Lahore. In the end, a person said to me, well, you know what? You have to go to the people that make it. Nowadays, they don't make this type of a thing. You go to them and tell them to make it for you, and they're going to take a lot of money. I said, where is it? So he told me the place where I have to go. Well, I don't have a small child inside my house now. And the girl who used to do this video for me, well, she's out of city, and she's gone over there, and she's inside the college, right? So that's why there's nobody inside to make a video. She used to make the video for me, but I'm making this because I can't do it the other way, right? And please tell me, does somebody have this apple where you can save the money, like even a a child can save it, a girl can save it, her mother can save it, right? Can you let me know? Well, then I'm going to say, well, thanks God. God help you. Thanks God, God help you. But I've been all over the place. I can never, I'm telling you this, I can never see it. And I'm going to say 101 times, I'm going to say, well, you're so lucky that you got this apple, right? And if you like these biscuits, you like this video, well, you can like it, share it, and comment it how you like this. And the thing I was going to tell you this, that I didn't put paper inside this plate, right? I just greased this place, and you know, these biscuits, they got cooked, baked in about 5 minutes. And once I looked inside, and they were nearly baked, and then I closed the thing, and about 5 minutes, these were really crispy. They're made, now they're cold, so that I can, make a video. I let them get cold. Now I'm going to put them inside the a container where they won't, be crispy. They're going to be crispy inside there. So if you like this video, share it, comment it, and like. Thank you so much, and you just take care of yourself. Bye.